We are out here in New Hampshire, and I think today we are going to teach Evan what a Sufferfest is. Today, doing the Wildcat Carter's Traverse from south to north. For a full guide on this one, you can check the link in the description below. So we're just outside of Wildcat Mountain. We're going to hop on the AT here and basically go north 17 miles. We got about 7,000 feet of climbing, and this is going to be a brutal day, but a really good one, so we're excited. Evan, do you have any idea what you're getting yourself into today?
No idea.
What are you expecting?
Nice stroll through the woods.
Okay. There's zero warm-up for this hike. Straight up Wildcat here. For all my Colorado viewers, this is very typical New Hampshire terrain here. Very steep, like big rocks, beautiful greenery here this time of year. It definitely is not fast to go up this stuff. We emerged from the trees here, and then we're gonna start tagging some Wildcats. So I don't know which one this is, but this is a ranked 4,000 footer in front of us here. I believe today we tagged like 5 or 6 of those. For those of you who are hunting the 48, I think there's 48. Dude, New England people don't dunk on me. I grew up here, I just don't remember shit. In any case, this is a super popular route because of the fact that you tag so many of the 4,000 plus footers. You got the tallest one, Mount Washington, to your left. So we're on the summit of Wildcat Mountain here, looking down to one of the huts. We're eventually gonna go down here, up to the Carters, and then over. Quite a bit of climbing right here, but the foliage really pretty down there. We've climbed about 3,200 feet and we're about 4 miles in, so I don't know, about a quarter of the way there. Quite a steep descent down from Wildcat here. You're going to continue here on the Carter Mariah Trail, which is the Appalachian Trail, to the right. Here's another junction. You can keep going to the hut, which is just right around the corner basically. We don't need to stop there for anything, so we're going to continue up towards Carter Dome, which is our next summit of the day, 1.2 miles away. Beautiful lake behind us here that I kind of just showed you guys. This climb is gonna suck. It's gonna be very steep. The views up here, let me tell you, really good. This is Carter Dome. We are chugging along right now, and that climb from Carter Hut back there was pretty terrible. About 1.25 miles to here. So next up, we're gonna continue this way, and basically next we'll be working our way through the Carters. From here, we will be kind of slowly making our way back down to the car. But there is a lot of climbing to go. We've climbed about 4,800 feet, so we have about 2,000 feet of climbing to go, but when you spread that out over the miles we have remaining, it shouldn't be terrible compared to what we just did. Continuing on here, this way straight. The name of the game really today is staying on the AT. So if you're on the Appalachian Trail, you're probably on the right trail. The Appalachian Trail, for those of you who aren't familiar, which congratulations if you aren't, it's a pretty cool thing. It runs from Mount Katahdin in Maine all the way down to Georgia. It's very well traveled and it's well signed as well. Here's an example of the well signed. So obviously, you know, this is the way we're going. Zeta Pass via Mount Hight, but you can see here, AT. So this way. Since tagging Carter Dome, it's been a lot less technical, pretty much cruiser terrain as we work our way over to Mount Hight. we're on Mount Hight right now. Hope you guys enjoyed some of the shots. It is freezing cold up here, but we're gonna head down. So once you hit the summit, you're gonna take a left and you'll head down basically kind of this way. Another pretty gnarly descent down Mount Hight here. What we have next are more Carters. So we have Middle Carter still, North Carter, hit Imp Mountain, and then we descend back down to the other end of the trailhead. We haven't talked at all about logistics on this one, but you definitely need to shuttle this. Otherwise, you're turning this, which is usually pretty common to stretch into multi-days, into like an absolute epic. There are some ways to limit the mileage if you don't want to do this entire traverse, but what we're doing today is more or less the standard version. I'm sure there will be a hardo in the comments who tells me there's like some extreme variation. As it is, this is a very, very long day. We have another trail junction here. We're going to continue straight here towards North Carter, basically, which is a couple miles away. Again, just staying on the AT. Here we are, top of South Carter. Another green top here. We're just gonna bag this one and continue on the trail. So here's an example. I haven't been filming like a ton, but like just imagine this section. This is probably about, I don't know, 10 to 15 foot climb here. Doing this like hundreds of times basically today. That's what a lot of the White Mountains are in general, but this Wildcat Carter Traverse really consists of. Summit of Middle Carter here. I'll show you some better views, but absolutely stunning up here. Evan and I were just saying, like, so I was from New Hampshire too. We grew up together, and there is definitely this like appreciation of hiking out here that you really appreciate. Like we're literally, I'll just show you. You can see through the trees here the little gap we have from like a green top to this amazing view. You appreciate this shit so much more than the mountains out west. And listen, I love the west. I love Colorado. I'm not moving back here. Everyone chill. It is a lot of work to get these little viewpoints, but when you do get them on a day like this that's clear, it's so beautiful. And it really just makes you appreciate views a lot more because they're not guaranteed at all. I do. Summit of North Carter, it's a glorious one. Definitely take in the vista that I just showed you right before here. And I think there's probably more on the way as well. That's not true. We have one more 4,000 footer on the way, but we will be slowly descending down the rest of the way back to the Carter Moriah trailhead. I think you could borderline call this class 3. Like maybe very low class 3, but definitely not class 2. This is definitely class 3. Fire. Yeah, that's fire. All right, so whatever this descent is here is legit. It is very steep. That's looking down it. Definitely take your time in this stuff. This is definitely class 3, and it's wet rock, which is just really the ideal conditions for slabs of granite. Yeah, so this climb down North Carter is definitely no joke. Definitely take your time. We're working this like slabby, very aesthetically. It looks cool. It sucks to travel on because it's a little bit wet and the lichen is very slippery and the granite is very worn. Sun setting here. Last summit of the day is in sight. It's right there. And then we head down the other side. Clearly, sun is fading a bit here. That's not surprising at all. Evan and I got a super late start today. Weather was good. We weren't in a hurry. And we have been chilling today, like just taking it easy. We're definitely gonna finish in the dark, hoping to tag this last summit before that, but just kind of wanted to make that note in case there's a huge jump in time here. This is a trail junction you do not want to miss. So you're gonna leave the AT here, basically head up to where Ev's about to climb the class 3 that I just down climbed for literally no reason. Here's a look at some of the class 3 climbing. Just to prove that even in the dark here, getting the last summit, nice. This is what they call an epic Mount Moria summit here. I am blinding myself. I can't see anything, but I imagine it's pretty beautiful up here when it's not pitch ass dark. The moon making a showing. All right, there's the end trailhead. Now we just have to shuttle back to the car. Back in the car now. Just a quick couple notes about this one since I didn't do a ton of explaining. It was an epic for sure. I would say this was probably harder, at least from what I remember, than the Prezi, but maybe not. We got a really late start, so I'm sure if we had like started at a normal hour, not the time we did, we would have finished a lot earlier. But I will say that just like generally speaking, this was a very difficult day. Clocking in at like 18 miles, 7,500 feet of vert. I mean, it's massive. Once you do get up to Mount Moriah, or the last mountain there, you have some like ledgy stuff that I tried to film a little bit of. And then the last mile and a half or so are pretty chill down back to the car. But yeah, a great day. The shuttle itself is only like 15 minutes, which is so demoralizing for how long it takes you to walk, run, hike, whatever that distance. I am freezing cold, so sorry if I'm like shaking here. We had a really awesome day. Really happy to like share this one with someone who grew up in the same state as me here, and you know, life kind of separates people, so it's cool to reconnect and just like have a great day here. I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Got a long drive home. If you're new to my channel, I have a ton of stuff from New Hampshire, New England. I'm obviously based in Colorado now, so poke around the channel. About 70% of you guys are not subscribed, just coming through, so would really appreciate if you throw this video a like at least, and then obviously hit the subscribe button not to miss any future hike related content. If you want to help support the channel in a number of different ways, check out my website, my Patreon, gear. If you just want to donate, all that stuff is great. Helps me keep the channel alive, show you more places. On behalf of Ev and myself, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure.